If you are a fan of Red Pill content, you'll definitely like this song from my boy Shameless Dob 2.0. Make sure you go and check it out. It's a very dope song. Make sure you go and tell them Jaye Black sent you. What is going on, fam? Jaye Black here, another video. Salute to everybody that is tuning in. You know, this is a classic case of you've hurt me, you've wronged me in some way, so I'm gonna hurt you. And what Tyreek Hill's fiance, I've been hearing ex-fiance, but from this whole situation going on with Tyreek Hill, his career basically on the verge of being ruined. Now I will say this though, you know, due to in part, you know, his own decisions within that relationship as well, as far as any type of domestic situations that he has been in with her, or I think previously with someone else. That doesn't mean that you lie on this man and say that he broke his son's arm. And that's exactly what occurred with his fiance Crystal. Now, I have two different articles in front of me. All right. I'm going to read the one from, let's see, Total Pro Sports. All right. It says, it's been a rough couple of months for Tyreek Hill as his career continues to hang in the balance ever since there are reports that he abused his 3-year-old that resulted in a broken arm. Even though he and his fiance would be clear of wrongdoing, the investigation into the couple would be open again after damning audio got released showing how verbally abusive Hill was towards the 3-year-old and his fiance. When it comes to their son, a new report from WHB 810 states Crystal Espinal admitted to making up the story about Tyreek breaking the 3-year-old arm as a veiled attempt to shame his abusive behavior. Instead of you just saying, I'm going to walk away from the relationship, you felt like he needed to be publicly shamed. And that's the mindset of a woman, man. Especially when you are a guy that has a lot to lose. If you are a guy that has a lot to lose, women will use that against you. Because if you're talking shit to them and cursing them out, they're going to say, oh yeah? Well, I'm going to do the most extreme thing I can do, and that is accuse you, okay, of breaking your own kid's arm. Now, I want y'all to understand, someone had called the police on him about this. And people, the first video I did about it, I wasn't sure who did because they didn't know. But apparently she called the police. Or at least she told somebody else to call the police. And she's living in the same home as him. They're sleeping together. But you're in your feelings. Instead of you just leaving that relationship if it's getting too toxic, but you can't do that. You felt like he needed to be publicly shamed. But you don't understand is that he could also lose his career because of that. But see, you wasn't thinking about that. You were just thinking about winning the argument. You see, a lot of women get caught up in winning the argument. You know, they want to win the argument. So they're willing to go to extremes in order to win the argument. Now, this is according to WHB 810. It says Chiefs wide receiver Tyreek Hill did not break his 3-year-old's arm last January. Neither did his fiance Crystal. According to multiple sources close to the investigation, Hill and Espinal were cleared of any role in the broken bone injury almost immediately after the investigation began in March. Investigators quickly agreed with the medical staff that the broken bone was a result of a typical accident involving a rambunctious toddler, consistent with reaching out to brace for a fall. Of course, we've all been young and we've all had cuts and scrapes and, you know, broken bones just from us running around, just being very active, you know. But again, You know, she was looking to do the most extreme thing in order to get back at him. And instead of her just leaving the relationship, she decides to basically ruin his career, which she could have done. The investigation to Hill and Espinal began weeks after the broken bone was first treated, when Espinal, according to sources, asked a third party to call authorities and tell them that Hill was responsible for the boy's injury. Hey man, so, like, and she expects people to feel sorry for her, but you're going around lying. You're going around lying, and you told somebody else to do it. So your hands would be clean. And this woman was literally walking out of the courtroom shoulder to shoulder with Tyreek Hill. And this is the woman he sleeps with every night. This is the mother of his child. You see what happens when you're with women who are even better than you? You have to be very careful, man. And I will say this, though. I'm not saying that Tyreek Hill is innocent in this. Obviously, the guy has a temper. Obviously, the guy can't control his emotions when it comes to being around her. He's had issues with domestic, situations. And that is why I think the guy needs therapy. If anything, the Chiefs need to make him go to counseling. They need to make him complete some sort of program because he has issues. He's a heck of a football player, but he has issues. Okay? Espinal admitted she was trying to shame Hill because in her mind, he had become too controlling and abusive again in their long and stormy relationship. KCTV5 obtained audio in which Espinal secretly recorded a conversation between her and Hill discussing their son's injury. Sources told Sports Radio 810 that Espinal shared the audio with a person close to her because she feared for her life. But she could not leave, right? You're dating an NFL player. You telling me that he was just going to make you stay? No, you wanted to stay for the lifestyle. Tyreek Hill hasn't gotten that big contract extension yet. That's what she waiting on. She's waiting on a ring. Cause she sees his fiance. She's waiting on that ring. She's waiting on that big contract extension. That's why she's toughing it out. Because if she's really going through it, then why stay in that situation? On the recording, Hill, who was previously convicted of a felony after battering Espinal, can be heard telling her, "You need to be terrified of me too, dumb Beyonce." After she told him their son was terrified of Hill. That's why I say, man, this guy needs counseling. He needs some sort of therapy. It's obvious that this guy is going through something, or has had maybe some trauma in his life, and definitely needs help. Because as good of a player as he is, as much as Kansas City needs him, okay, he needs help himself. Fortunately for everyone involved, the couple are no longer together and will hopefully stay away from each other in the foreseeable future. That will prove to be quite hard since they not only share a son, but Espinal is due to give birth to their twins. And by looking at her Instagram, she's very pregnant. She's very pregnant. Honestly, though, it wouldn't surprise me at all if the only reason why Tyreek Hill got engaged to her was because she got pregnant with their first son. Because it just seemed like a situation where he probably didn't want to be in it. She don't want to be in it. It's just very toxic. Very toxic. Stay out of these relationships. If you don't want to be with that person, don't be with them. Now, I will say this though, Crystal's Instagram page, right? She's turned the comments off, but she's posting up pictures. What I want to understand is this: why be on Instagram at all if you're gonna turn the comments off? Well, he still got the likes feature. He ain't gonna turn that off. But I mean, Tyreek, a lot of this is due to your own bad decisions, bro, and the fact that you need some type of therapy, some type of help. But I don't condone what this woman did. because she got emotional and she wanted to win the argument. She wanted to teach you a lesson. She could have ruined your career. She could ruin her own children's financial future because she wanted to get back at you. So it just shows she's not innocent in this either. So nobody should feel sorry for her. She stayed with Hill throughout this situation for a number of years because he's an NFL player. Do y'all think if Tyreek Hill wasn't in the NFL, she'd still be with him? If he was not in the NFL, she would not be with him. She would not deal with this. But she thought that she would be married by now. You know, he would get the big contract extension, and they would be able to, have that lifestyle that, she wants. But that hasn't happened yet. So it seems like now they're not together, which is good. But she still has this kid. Now, I haven't heard any talk of child support because I think that she still wants to get back with him, but she's just letting things cool off because it's been found out that she played a role in lying. But I really believe Tyreek Hill needs to stay as far away from this girl as possible and focus on football, bro. Because you shouldn't be in relationships. I don't think you're good at it. If you want to be in a relationship once your career is over, do that. But you are ruining your financial future, your career, everything that you've worked for because you can't control your emotions. You need some type of help. Obviously, both of y'all don't fit together. Both of y'all don't fit together at all. People are bringing up your past incidents with this, Tyreek. And the one thing you don't want is people writing hit pieces about you, the media going at you, because the media has been off and on with Tyreek. Like they'll speak about these topics, but then it's sort of like they don't. So that's why it's very important that he don't make it work with her. That he just moves on, and stay out of any type of long-term relationships, at least for right now, because the next woman you get with is going to be very aware of the situation that you're in, and the first sign of any type of trouble, she's going to use that against you. And that's what these guys don't understand, is that these women are willing to go to great lengths in order to ruin what you build if you piss them off.